that. And as they walk across the stage, I'll say just a few of their activities or awards, as well as what they're planning to do in the fall. Michelle Allen. Michelle was the Key Club president. She was Athlete of the Year, two-time state champion in pole vaulting, and she also is receiving the very prestigious Ford Family Scholarship. This next year, she'll be attending Oregon State University studying microbiology. Anna Bittner played volleyball, track and field. She was a member of the National Honor Society. She will be attending New Hope Christian College, pursuing a degree in Christian counseling, as well as playing volleyball and track there. Amelia Chang. Amelia played tennis. She was a part of the choir. She scored a 5 on her AP calculus exam. Can't get higher than that. She is going to be attending the Fashion Institute of Technology, pursuing a degree in business management for fashion. Jacob Choi. Jacob participated in track and state and was a part of the 4x100 relay that track and field that went to state with the 4x100 relay. He also was a part of the honors choir and the honor roll. He will be going to PSU, majoring in business, and then hoping to transfer to Penn State. Joseph Choi. You've already heard about him. He has been our worship team leader, one piano solo command performance at the ACSI Choir Festival, also part of the National Honor Society. He will be attending Azusa Pacific University with pursuing a degree in music. Andrew Clark. Andrew was a part of a robotics team. He participated in track and field, was on honor roll, and he will be going to PCC to get his associates, and then hoping to transfer to OSU for a degree in mechanical engineering. Jordan Cleary. Jordan was on the worship team as well. She played basketball, was recognized for second team All-League in basketball. Was also Athlete of the Month in January. She will be attending Portland State, pursuing a degree in biology. Nathan Dugan. Throughout his high school career, Nathan participated in track and baseball and soccer as well. He will be going to PCC and then transferring to Oregon State for a degree in forest recreation management. Molly Fisk. Molly had the privilege of going to Ireland last summer, which changed her life. She has been a ministry team leader, an impact group leader, and she was this year's senior class president. This summer she'll be going on another missions experience in several parts of the world, and then after that interning at Dutch Brothers headquarters to pursue videography. Josh Hannenberg. Josh also played many sports, including soccer, baseball, and track, and participated in Impact as well, our local missions outreach. He will be going to PCC for 2 years and then most likely transferring to Oregon State. Orban Helms. Orban played basketball, was on track and field. He was an honorable mention on our cross-country team as well. A+ honor roll all senior year. He will be attending Oregon State and pursuing a degree in pre-engineering. Madeline Hood. Madeline played volleyball all 4 years, was second team All-League in volleyball. It doesn't look important. She also went on the Mexico mission trip, was on the ministry team and Spanish club as well. She'll be attending PCC and participating in the help volleyball. Ruthie Johnson. Ruthie was a part of our drama club and class for 3 years. She was the president of our writing club. She was one of the leads in our production of Sherlock Holmes. And she will be attending Portland State, pursuing creative writing. Miley Kim. Miley played volleyball, was the Northwest League MVP. She participated in track as well and ministry team. She also was recognized for sportsmanship. She will be attending Multnomah University to study business and marketing, and she will be playing volleyball and doing track there as well. Brian Kennedy. Brian was a part of our drama in more ways than one. From the king of sorts. Was part of our choir, also started a club for tabletop games and board games. He will be studying theater at the University of Northern Colorado. Christina Kim. She was our Key Club Vice President this year and the co-founder. Was a part of our missions and outreach and our leadership class. And she will be attending Seattle Pacific University, pursuing a degree in biophysics. John Lee. Part of our student council for 4 years, also National Honor Society. He played soccer, basketball, baseball, and track. He will be attending Penn State University and pursuing a degree in industrial engineering. And also be going to Nicaragua this summer on a mission trip. Jameson Logan has been a part of our worship team. He's our student council president. He passed the Oregon Music Teachers Association Level 10 syllabus exam, which I don't know what that means, but Jameson, I'm still impressed. He will be attending Walla Walla University to get a degree in electrical engineering and a minor in music. Katie Lowski participated in drama and the writing club and was on honor roll. She will be attending Portland State, pursuing a degree in computer engineering with a minor in studio art. Maddie Macy participated in sports, a lot of sports as well. She was the MVP for her softball team, Oregon Thunder. Was a part of our choir, worship team. She lettered in 4 varsity sports. She will be going to PCC and then transferring to Portland State to pursue communication. Malia Masters played basketball for 3 years. This past year was first team All-League. He was a part of our National Honor Society. And she will be attending Pacific Lutheran University and pursuing a degree in education and psychology with a minor in speech. Preston Miller was a part of our National Honor Society, also part of the A+ honor roll with distinction. He will be attending Oregon State, pursuing degrees in engineering and English. Nick Murray Alvarado played multiple sports, basketball, soccer, track, baseball, was awarded basketball MVP and defensive player. He will be attending PCC in the fall. Justin Odermatt. He participated in track and field as well as basketball. He is going to be entering the working world, entering the workforce, and then will be going to PCC. Eamon O'Reilly plays soccer, track, baseball, basketball, was MVP in soccer and in track, participated in choir and worship team as well, and was acknowledged, awarded Athlete of the Year. He'll be going to PCC for 2 years and then transferring to a 4-year university studying architecture and business. Holly Park, part of our choir and worship team and in track and field. He was a part of our choir that was first place. Was it this past year, Colin? First place in the competition? As meeting at the ACM Music Festival. First place. She'll be attending PCC in the fall. Rachel Peterson. She's been on our worship team and choir in the National Honor Society. And at the ACSI Choir Festival was, the last 2 years, the top vocalist in the Northwest. She will be attending Vanguard University in Southern California, studying vocal performance and kinesiology. She also hopes to spend a year at Hillsong College in worship. Chris Phillips. Was part of track and field. He was a part of our 4x1 relay at Wentz State the last 2 years. He was also on student council and vice president of communications and co-athlete of the year along with Eamon. He will be attending Oregon State and studying psychology, possibly getting a minor in forensic science and criminal justice. Anna Shields. Anna has been in AP Art. She's played baseball and was a makeup artist for our drama productions. And she will be attending PCC, studying accounting. Annalise Stanton, also a part of our choir and track and field and National Honor Society. In the same choir that's been first place the last 2 years at the ACSI Festival. She will be attending George Fox in the fall, studying nursing. Fernanda Vale was a part of our Key Club this year, as well as our ministry team, missions and outreach, working with our kids clubs in the area. She will be attending Grand Canyon University this fall. Rachel Wagner has played volleyball. She was awarded first team All-League the last 2 years in volleyball. She also was a part of Impact, our local service project, and she will be attending Corbin University in the fall. Haley Wright, part of our National Honor Society. She was a treasurer for our Key Club, part of our ministry team, and has been very involved in dancing and has had lead roles in ballet. She will be attending Seattle Pacific University and studying pre-med. Our class as a whole, I just tallied up all of their scholarships that they have been awarded. And so total as a class, they will be receiving over $400,000 per year in scholarships and awards for college. Hopefully, seniors, you will continue to thank all of those that have been a part of your life, and not just roses. I want to invite Brian Kennedy and Chris Phillips up here. They are going to share a little bit of their class's history.
Hey y'all, and welcome to graduation.
Hola, hello, and salutations.
It's time for us to unravel a mystery and find out this class history.
Believe it or not, some joined us at different spots.
We've come a long way, but let's take a drive down memory lane.
Let's start with the original members of the class of 2016. Andrew Clark, Molly Fisk, Corbin Helms, Madeline Hood, myself, Nick Alvarado, Justin Odermont, Anna Shields, and Rachel Wagner.
Man, kindergarten, those are the days where you just get introduced to the topic of learning and not to eat the paste.
Chris, did you seriously eat paste? That's cool, I guess. But you know what's really cool? The 100-day party.
Yes, the 100-day party was quite an essential part of every kindergartner's life. Was probably also the highest number I could count to in kindergarten.
That's cute. In kindergarten, I could count to infinity plus 1. Anyway, moving on. In first grade, we didn't get any class of 2016 folks, but Corbin Helms left us.
First grade was pretty fun. I can't remember any good stories though.
Oh, trust me, there's some good ones. This one time, Justin thought he could win over the hearts of some girls by jumping the fence and getting them some flowers.
Did he now? How did that turn out?
Turns out Justin was not quite prepared for the vicious dogs waiting on the other side of the fence. They attacked him, grabbing onto his ankle, and Justin spent a couple of seconds running around before hopping the fence back to the safe zone.
Man, what guys will do for girls sometimes, I tell you.
Tell me. Anyway, let's move on to second grade. That year we gained Ruthie Johnson.
Hey, it's the small additions that matter.
I just remember that Ruthie had some pretty short hair and she didn't exactly look like a girl.
The struggles of being young and not knowing how much a haircut can help others determine your gender. Choice of childhood.
I think that about does it for the first grade.
Wait! I heard there are rumors that there was a potential American Idol singer in the class at this time, though.
What?
Yeah, didn't Nick sing Ring My Bell for the talent show or something like that?
Ah! That's right, he did! He totally owned it as well.
I would pay so much money to see that. Anyway, let's move on to the third grade. The class of 2016 would gain Josh Hannenberg.
Ah, yes, third grade. Foursquare was the bomb in third grade. Everyone played it. You got out for recess and you went to go play Foursquare.
Foursquare is a serious sport, man. People got hyped about playing Foursquare. There was nothing more achieving than being king of the square.
Moving on to the fourth grade, I left and that's about all that happened.
Really? Shoot, how are we supposed to recall memories if you weren't there and I wasn't?
Well, I remember a lot of talk about Colonial Day. Anyone ever dressed up as people from colonial times?
What? Really? That sounds pretty cool.
Well, I heard some mixed opinions about how cool it was. I mean, it was cool, but, well, 1700s wardrobe choices are not the breeziest, so it was cool, but not, no?
In that case, let's move on to fifth grade.
Yes, fifth grade is where I returned, and we also gained Eamon. Without Eamon, we couldn't have seen the greatest Link outfit ever.
Link, as in the Hyrule hero from the Legend of Zelda video games, the hero who wears tights.
Chris, I don't want to talk about it.
All right, what else happened then?
Well, Andrew got kicked in the face during kickball, so nothing terrible.
Was anyone else safe during fifth grade?
Actually, yeah, we had an Olympic team sort of competition. There was Team Ireland and Team USA and all kinds of other teams.
I can imagine there must have been some pretty good athletic events. Nick is pretty athletic. How was he?
Actually, Chris, this is pre-athletic Nick. In fact, I don't think he could even do a push-up.
Nick would thankfully change that in the future.
Moving on to sixth grade, we had some fantastic memories. We lost Nick, presumably so he could go take a push-up class or something. And Amy left as well.
Sixth grade is a fun year. I have fantastic memories of the sixth grade.
I mean, there's some very memorable moments from sixth grade. Justin tested his dining abilities and ate some fish food. Yes, fish food.
Well, that's not bad.
Well, until you realize that the fish food was toxic.
So does Justin have superpowers now?
I don't know, I mean, he did survive dog bites and toxic fish food, so maybe he has some sort of powers. Digestive powers, I guess. Anyway, let's stay focused. There were a lot of recess troubles that year.
Recess troubles?
Yeah, basically we got in trouble for doing literally anything, and then we had a lot of injuries. We basically got banned from doing anything on the playground, so we decided to literally roll down in the grass. And then we got banned from rolling in the grass.
You guys seriously got banned from rolling in the grass?
Yes, Chris, this stuff is too ridiculous to pick up.
Did you guys do anything else regarding grass?
Well, at outdoor school, a couple of the guys found these edible leaves and proceeded to eat tons of them.
Edible leaves? What did?
They found out that those leaves work pretty well as laxatives, Chris.
I'll just leave you alone and move on to the next one.
Chris! Please stick to the root of this presentation and don't stem out and make puns.
Anyway, 7th grade was the first year of middle school. We had many people join us, including Joseph Choi, Nick returned, I joined as well, Jameson Logan, Preston Miller, and Wiley Cam.
Thanks, now we're starting to build up some classmate power.
7th grade was when things started to get really crazy.
Really? It seems fine to me.
Really? You don't remember Preston being put in a chokehold by Sam Carson?
Oh, I do. It was a total, oh my gosh, bah moment.
Man, that was Preston's prime year. 7th grade was also the year we had a fantastic, yet interesting Bible teacher.
He had a sweet Mac soundboard, but in his free time he burned Twinkies, played on his Game Boy, and looked out the window and randomly meowed at the kids outside.
Man, he was something else. I do miss him though.
Well, this is the year that we also stuck Justin to the door with duct tape.
I guess you could say he stuck around for a little bit.
Sadly, we don't have that moment on tape.
Also, this was the year that apparently if you threw snacks at any of the boys, they would flock towards the food like a pack of seagulls.
Throw one Oreo and they turn into pure savage beasts. Things I've seen.
Yep, 7th grade was pretty crazy, but not as crazy as 8th grade. In 8th grade, we gained John Lee.
8th grade, that was the year that we started waffling people. We would take a new person, and then put them up against this fence near the play structure, and then just dogpile as many people as we could on them. And the idea was to get them to imprint on the fence like a waffle.
Sounds like a close bonding moment.
Oh, it sure was. That was also the year that Jameson, who was usually a pretty timid fellow, broke Mr. Buxton's rib.
In Jameson's defense, it was an intense soccer game, and he had a bone to pick with Mr. Buxton.
He did more than pick that bone, all right.
But middle school was only the beginning of things to come. Let's move on to 9th grade.
That year we had Anna Bittner, Nathan Dugan, Katie Lowski, Annalise Stanton, Fernandaville, and John Yu join us.
Did you see Nathan Dugan? The legendary Nathan Dugan?
Yes, the man that single-handedly got 95 demerits freshman year, 5 short of being expelled, and lived to tell the tale!
Didn't you reward him in some way?
I waffled him.
Figures.
That was also the year that Dugan broke the window in the boys' cabin.
Guess whose bed was next to that window? This kid.
I'm sure you were fine, Chris. In fact, I'm pretty sure you would have danced it off.
Yes. 9th grade was where I started doing random dubstep videos on Facebook. Man, I'm glad I stopped doing that. I became so addicted to dubstep and electronic music that I started falling asleep to it. It was kind of unhealthy.
We prayed for you, Chris.
I needed it for sure. Moving on to the 10th grade, we had Madison Macy, Malia Masters, Jacob Choi, Corbin Helms, Holly Park, Rachel Peterson, Jordan Cleary, and Kaylee Wright all joined us for the party, and Anna Shields left the party.
And oh, what a party it was.
You betcha. We had a lot of interesting injuries and incidents that year. Starting off was Katie's chair just randomly breaking.
I know what that's like, that poor outdoor school sofa.
We also had John Lee do some interesting things at a soccer game. John lost his cool one game after the other team was really bashing him and playing dirty. So, John went up to one of the players, held him down, and kicked him right in the...
Chris!
Oh, right. Well, let's just say he wasn't very pleased with where he got kicked.
John did end up apologizing for it, and I believe the player and him are on okay terms now.
Anyway, let's move on to the 11th grade. This year, we gained Michelle Allen, Christina Kim, and Anna Shields returned to the fiesta.
11th grade is well known for being Preston's favorite year.
This was also Mrs. Mackey's last year as well.
Yep, Mrs. Mackey went out with a bag by telling Preston to sit down and be quiet multiple times, even when it wasn't Preston. Even one time when Preston was sound asleep.
Preston was a pretty good sport about it, and took all the blame. That takes a lot of courage.
This is also the year that Mrs. Mackey said she honestly always thought that Justin was Indian.
Wait, you mean he's not?
Chris, seriously? Anyway, there were some pretty memorable moments at Wainema that year.
Yeah, this was the year that the junior guys' cabin apparently caught and trapped a wild bird.
It was pretty great, and that bird flew around in there for quite a while, which meant that it also dropped some bombs on the cabin a couple times.
Yeah, that wasn't such a great cleanup. Thankfully, they let the bird go and it returned to its natural habitat.
Let's move on to the final year. This year.
Senior year. It seems like it was almost yesterday.
Chris, never mind. This was the year of quite a few fantastic things. We had Amelia Chang join us, completing the senior bunch. The beginning of the year, we went down to Wainema, and Dugan started off the year strong by breaking the sprinklers in the gym, causing the whole gym to flood.
I remember I was walking by the gym and suddenly I heard an alarm start to sound, and all of a sudden, a couple of the Korean students started sprinting out of the gym. They did not want to be a part of that.
This year also had some fantastic in-school stories.
Yeah, this year Justin was doing a script for psychology, and he got the amazing opportunity to flip a table. And I mean flip a table, and walk out of the room like nothing happened.
You think that's cool? I started singing the national anthem in Greek class so loud that Mr. Turner, who was one class over, heard it and put his hand to his heart.
Wow, talk about respect and dedication for your country.
Our class also played some pranks on Senor Chung this year.
What?
Yes, sir. Some of the students snuck into Senor Chung's Spanish 1 classroom and waited till the right moment to burst into singing Vamos a la playa.
That must have been quite a show. Man, the only song I remember in Senor Chung's classroom is the month song.
It's music to my ears. Reminds me of many of the glorious moments of Spanish class.
While they hum that out, don't you remember when Nick couldn't recite the alphabet?
Wait, can he recite it now?
Well, he had his chance at Senior Wainima, and he did redeem himself.
You know who else redeemed himself at Wainima?
Who?
The bird. Yes, indeed, that bird was the bird that was trapped from junior year, swooped into the room where all the seniors were talking. They did a few laps around the room.
Yeah, that's right. It looked like the same bird. Someone had the amazing idea of turning off all the lights so it would go outside. Except it was dark outside, meaning it was also dark inside.
Believe it or not, birds aren't bats and can't see really too well in the dark. So he flew straight into the window.
After a couple of collisions, he was able to find his way out. It was pretty amazing.
It was pretty flying.
Well, I think that about does it. There was plenty of great moments that weren't mentioned as well.
Like choir winning second, third.
And Nick's terrible, terrible obsession with dabbing.
And the great race.
Right. Too soon.
It was a great time, but now this is our final line.
We hope you enjoyed the mystery that was this class history.
At this time, it's our honor and privilege to present the graduates their diplomas. As they reach this milestone in their life, I just want to mention to the graduates, they're going to go out, college, workplace, other paths that the Lord has for them. And this world does need more workers, more auto mechanics, and more plumbers, and more attorneys, and more politicians. No, strike that one. But what the world really needs is more Christian plumbers and Christian lawyers and Christian attorneys and Christian politicians. So that's my charge to these graduates, that whatever they go out to do, whatever path God has for them, that they keep Him at the center and they go out and really, truly be a light in this world. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's present the diplomas to the class of 2016.
Michelle Ray Allen.
I'd like to say thank you to God first for blessing me with such amazing parents, teachers, coaches, and friends, because I would not be the same person that I am today without them.
Anna Christine Bittner.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents for sending me to Faith Bible, where I can learn about God and grow in my relationship with Him. And I'd like to thank my fellow class for literally stopping to pray with me at times when it was difficult and helping me get through the days. And I'd like to thank Tiffany Mapes, Wendy Bender, and Amy Kirkpatrick for being the busiest but most helpful women in my life.
Amelia Youngjin Chang.
I just want to say thank you to my host family, and I love my cat.
Jacob Sang Choi.
like to thank you, all the teachers and my friends, and especially my uncle and my aunt and my church families and my parents who are in Korea.
Joseph Hyungwon Choi.
First of all, I'd like to thank God for sending me to America, for the opportunity to study here. And I'd like to thank my aunt and uncle who allowed me to stay at their home. And I'd like to thank all the teachers and friends at Faith Bible who helped me to grow in faith, and not only academically, but also spiritually.
Andrew Johnson Clark.
I'd like to start off by thanking my mom and dad for bringing me into this amazing school and for raising me into the Word. I'd like to thank Grandpa Harris for providing for all the trips in the past years, for visiting me as often as you could. And also I'd like to thank Grandma Clark for sharing your amazing wisdom, cooking great food. Also I'd like to thank my brother Benjamin for being an amazing role model in school and for amazing role model to walk with Christ. Thank you for being forgiving. And I'd like to lastly thank Cousin Kelly for sharing your artwork and giving me inspiration. Thank you.
Jordan Allison Cleary.
I'd like to thank my parents for supporting me and giving me the opportunity to come to faith. I'd like to thank the rest of my family because you guys love me, even though I can be a pain. And Mrs. Fisk, it hurts.
I said her.
Oh, okay, well I can't hear you.
Nathan Patrick Dubin.
I'd like to thank all my family and friends and my girlfriend for helping me get through the year, and I thank my parents for teaching me perseverance and respect, and just making my high school and hopefully the rest of my life a good one.
Molly Elizabeth Fisk.
First of all, I'd like to thank my friends